As I typically do, I want to give you a quick update on the state of AT&T's network as we enter 2015. And then I'll give you a sneak peek into the future of our network, something I think you'll find as innovative and as exciting as we do. So let's start with where we are. We're proud to tell you that AT&T offers the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network. We also offer the nation's strongest LTE signal. And we've taken that best-in-class wireless network to more than 300 million Americans. Even the readers of Consumer Reports, which often they're not very kind to carriers like us, called our 4G the best 4G just a couple of weeks ago. So we're very proud of where we are in wireless, especially as it relates to delivering the type of reliability, speed, and overall quality that innovators like you need on a consistent basis. But we've also made a quantum leap in our wired network offerings. Many of you have heard of AT&T UVerse with Gigapower offering. What that does is it brings up to 1 gig speeds to your home and to your business. We've launched in Austin, Dallas, and in several cities in North Carolina. And we've committed to launch in a dozen other major metro markets as well. And beyond that, we've already driven fiber to more than an additional 650,000 business locations on our way to a goal of 1 million. So the combination of our 4G LTE offering and the wired network force that is AT&T Gigapower, AT&T really stacks up nicely as a competitive offering for developers across the board. And it wasn't easy getting here, as you can imagine, but now that we're here, the view looks awfully good, to be honest with you. And I hope it's been good for you, too. And so let's talk a little bit about where we go from here. Let's take a look at the changing behavior and some of the opportunities tied to just that. I really honestly want one of those water jetpacks. I mean, to me, that's on this year's shopping list. So, as you saw there, it's a new day in terms of video delivery and consumption. And we're keeping that top of mind as we take our next big step, which is building our network of the future with a software-centric approach. This is a revolution in the way we architect and deliver services over our network. We're leading the way globally in putting our chips down on software-defined networking. In this approach, we'll be able to virtualize our collaboration infrastructure. A friend of mine in Silicon Valley called software-defined networking the most significant development in this industry since the development of the browser. Powerful statement. We believe this is great news for you as the developers. Imagine a network-on-demand concept where you can point and click and dial up or dial down, hopefully never down, the network that you need. So you have it on demand. We'll deliver greater flexibility. We'll be able to provision services faster and basically offer you bandwidth on demand. This is the biggest network thing to happen at AT&T in 30 years. It's a radical reshaping of the entire wide area network. The reason we're doing this is annual traffic growth in recent years has been close to 50% a year, and that trend shows no signs of slowing. We think it's going to require a new approach, an approach that sets AT&T apart and is based on openness and collaboration, two key foundations you hear me talk about a lot. We're collaborating with a handful of groups working on software-defined networks and network function virtualization. And our aim is to help the ecosystem thrive so that the best solutions can continue to advance. Groups we're working with include ON Lab, OPNFV, OpenStack, and Open Daylight, among others. And each of these groups contributes in unique ways. So one example, ON Lab, which we're sponsoring with a 5-year, $5 million commitment, is developing the Open Network Operating System. It's referred to as ONOS. ONOS is an SDN system being designed for service provider networks that focuses on delivering the performance, scale, and availability, and of course the core features that the larger vendor, carrier, and research community will need, so large-scale solutions. We also initiated Open Platform for NFV within the Linux Foundation collaborative projects as an end-to-end integration NFV platform using open source components like Linux, KVM, OpenStack, DPDK, Open Daylight, and other candidates that you would expect. And we've made OpenStack essential to our NFV strategy. OpenStack's now deployed in 20 sites, and we'll get to more than 100 sites by the end of this year. We also helped to create the NFV working group within OpenStack. And finally, we're building our global SDN controller on top of the Open Daylight open source controller with a deployment plan for this year. So these are just a few examples of our collaboration in a wide open space. And the benefits come straight to you as developers. Whether it's wireless or wired, whether it's speed or reliability, we've got you covered. So in closing, I just want to thank you again for your work with us. It's terribly critical. We lean on you hard to help shape the direction we're headed. We're thrilled about it, and we hope that you are too.